Okay, guys, so you've got a aggressive dog or human aggressive dog, and you're out on a walk with them, and you're trying to correct reactivity, trying to catch it early. Maybe you're doing nothing, but you're trying to do something you've heard some trainers say, go after arousal, things like that. But this is obviously something your dog sees as a threat. So are you just looking at your dog and disagreeing with your dog? Or are you also taking their emotions seriously and their threats seriously? Now, trust me, this is not as mushy as it sounds. So this is how you do that with a dog. If I'm on a walk and it's been good and I'm just walking along, when I see a dog, my dog sees a dog, and I'm looking at dog reactivity or human, I immediately stick my chest out, shoulders back, spine a little straighter, make myself appear bigger. Can you see me? I'm bigger versus relaxed. Okay, this is not a great angle, but you know what I'm saying? I hold my head up high, I check in with my dog, let's go. And I take control. Does my dog believe me? Probably not. That's because you've never done it before. It's because you've just always been like on the other end where you're like, no, and pulling your dog back, which makes you the softest person in the world. And we've all been there, myself included, with my little 9-pound dog when she was younger. Yeah, I know, it's crazy. 9 pounds. And I'm like, come on, embarrassing puppy. So anyway, there's that. So you're the soft, pitiful, embarrassed one. That's how your dog perceives you. And then you're like, okay, we're gonna do this training, and you're looking at your dog, you're waiting for that moment to try to interrupt that cycle of arousal. And then if you do kind of get a little bit bigger, it's towards your dog to settle them down. Well, what about that body language when you are crossing the street from another dog that is barking or pulling, or a calmer dog just bubbling out and around? Or are you just walking straight? Like, are you trying to control what your dog sees as a threat by just walking forward? No. You see the dog and the other dog, and you straighten up. I got this, let's go. And you cross the street. You still address your dog, but you have to let your dog know that you understand that this is a perceived threat. And so I've got the threat handled, buddy. Use happy, like, happy, I've got this threat handled. I don't need you. All right? You settle down. Correct you? I got my eye on the dog. I'm in control here. If you don't at least try to behave that way, why would your dog ever believe you? There's a firmness that comes with it. You know, women, I'll speak to you guys. I used to, one of my first jobs out here was a hostess at Hard Rock Cafe in City Walk. I'm in Los Angeles. And so at night, I'm going to my car in an empty parking lot. And you better believe I know all the scary stuff that can happen in those situations. So I had pepper spray. And I honestly didn't always carry the pepper spray. It was very bad of me. I should have, man. But I would always have all my keys between all of my fingers. It was never on my phone. And I walked like, not me. Like, go choose someone else. You're not messing with me. I'm not the girl to mess with. And there's never anyone around. And sometimes I might come across someone and I'm like, hey, you know? So I'm just saying that there's certain situations where you might take on that persona and be hyper aware of your surroundings. And you need to do that for your dog, you know? You need to do that for your dog. Another example is your dog reacts a lot to people coming in the door. Well, why do you think we put a dog in place, correct reactivity, wait for them to settle, and then when we go to the door and we let that person in, we don't let the person walk in the house? We say hi, check in with our dog, imaginary dog. Should have put a stuffed dog there, that would have been funny. I have one. Check in with our dog. Come on in, shut the door behind you. And I'm looking at my dog, and I'm facing the person coming in, checking in with my dog. Like, I don't need your help. I don't need that dog's help. Happy? I don't need your help. I got this. Say hi to the person. If my dog thinks people coming through the door is a threat, I don't go, oh my God, hi, hug, hug, hug. Oh my, I missed you. How was your day? How was your shopping trip? How's your job? How's the new boyfriend? Oh my God, that dog is going to launch himself off of place and annihilate your girlfriend. That is what's going to happen. So you need to be calm and firm and take your dog seriously. They say it's a threat. So us being bigger and hey, none of that. Hi, how's it going? Come on in, shut the door behind you. All right, walk in a few steps. Okay, good. Just don't look at my dog, okay? Just ignore. Okay, my feet are planted underneath me, shoulder width apart. I'm not like this. I'm not like this with the hip cock. All of that is telling your dog one of two things. One, that you don't take this threat seriously, so they will. Or two, mom's stupid that she doesn't realize this person, this woman, this friend could potentially rob us blind, so I'm gonna handle it, okay? That's what your dog is thinking when you behave that way. One of my favorite stories to tell, and then I'll let you guys go to just give you an idea, is there's this lady, German Shepherd. We trained it, had very little reactivity issues where it was biting everybody else, biting everybody at the rescue and the foster family. And we had very little issues with this dog. I even had my brother, who was like 18, 19 at the time, come and work him, and they did great. I'm like, okay, what is the deal? Finally find a new owner. They're doing great for a few months. And then the dog settles in, honeymoon period over. Dog settles in and she goes, you know, things are doing great. She didn't mind being firm. But she lives in like a beach area where everybody's nice and sweet down there, whatever. So she's walking down the street, and when she sees her neighbors, she doesn't do what I do when I'm working with a dog, which is just, hey, yeah, nice day. Whew, it's hot. Yeah, that's me if I'm working with a difficult dog. I might smile just to test out and see how the dog does. Anyway, she would walk down the street, ears back, like dog's ears back, relax next to her and heel. Very large German Shepherd mix. And she'd see a neighbor. And I'm with her, and we see a neighbor. She's like, something going on in my area. He's getting protective in my area. She literally cocks her hips when she sees the neighbor. I goes, hi, biggest smile. She had a great smile, but I told her to put it away. Put it away. No more smiling. No more cocking your hips. No more relaxing. I wish I had video of it. It was years ago. It was literally as soon as she relaxed her demeanor. As soon as that happened, this dog immediately went on alert. Mom's not in charge anymore. She's not walking like she owns this walk. This neighbor has her being soft, and she's not watching her surroundings, so I'm going to. And then if it was a guy she happened to come across, he'd growl. And that was very quickly going to lead to what he was doing before. So yeah, she had to make tweaks to how she greeted neighbors and how she was out on a walk with him. You have to take your dog, whatever your dog perceives as a threat, you got to take it seriously. Do not be correcting your dog, but not trying to also control the environment, not only to help your dog settle, but to let them know you take it seriously and that you don't need their help. It's so they feel more protective and over time. Now, I know that that's hard for a lot of you that don't have that relationship with your dog. You've spent years letting him on the couch whenever he wants and rubbing his belly, and he barks at the mailman every day, and then one day the door is open and he bites the mailman. Then he bites your neighbor that comes in to drop off some cake. I don't think people do that anymore. But I'm just saying that things snowball. Now you're going to try to take charge. Now you're going to try to correct me and try to pretend you've got the scenario, under control. I'm not saying it's easy, but if you're not at least doing that, stop correcting your dog. It's not fair. If you're all soft and you're physically not trying to control the situation. It's not fair to correct your dog because they feel so on edge and in reactivity mode because your body language is too, I don't care, no big deal. Why is my dog behaving bad? No, don't do that. Don't do that. Hopefully that gives you some very clear ideas of what you can be doing at home with your dog. Crossing the street, moving out and around, making yourself larger than life, controlling the threshold when people come in the door, and then think about other ways your dog is reactive and what they perceive as a threat. It could be fence fighting as well. There's just a number of things where you can take on this larger than life persona while also holding your dog accountable. But don't do one or the other. You got to have both, or they're confused. They're like, you can't handle this. Or they just don't believe you. They don't believe you. So anyway, guys, hope that gives you some ideas to work on at home.